There is an Apex Legends player out there right now that is doing a task so incredibly stupid but brilliant that it is putting the fear of God into every Apex ranked player who plays the game normally. It is shivering the timbers of the Apex Legends development team over at Respawn Studios. It might quite possibly be one of the greatest accomplishments in Apex Legends history, while making an absolute mockery of the game itself. Of course, we are talking about the legendary Gatemoth, who is trying to hit Apex Predator this season, Season 17, without picking up a single weapon. Now, if the name sounds familiar, you might have already watched one of my videos in which I talked about should we ban rats in Apex Legends Ranked, and I'll go ahead and show you. This clip is very interesting. Go to his actual match history. And we can see here, I'll even refresh it so you can see the most up-to-date stuff. Loading data should take less than a second. And here we go. We've got his match history. And we can see, minus 25 here, plus 80, plus 175, another minus 25. And then we've got just a whole string of positives. 175, 60, 25, 60, 175, 125, 150, 25, 100. I go on and read so many games in a row to eventually get to this conclusion. To 123,399 LP, he did not deal a single ounce of damage, and yet he gained over 1,000 LP without taking a single loss. And that's where we're at right now. This man, a Gatemoth, he has been at it. He has been working hard. He has been putting in the effort of going and sitting in the middle of the map and hiding from everyone. He has been putting in the grind of making sure he finds that perfect bush that he can sit in where no one sees him. And while the pros run down the lobby, he just rakes up that sweet, sweet ladder points that the Apex Legends developers have been giving to him. But I root for this man because at that time, he was only about the 800th or so ranked player in Apex Legends, which means he was not an Apex Predator. He had a few thousand more LP to go. But some people might think, it's a long season. That was a month ago. Surely he'll run out of steam. Surely the system will correct itself and he won't be able to become an Apex Predator. He wasn't then. Why should he be now? Well, I hate to inform you, or perhaps I love to inform you. A couple things. One, yes, you are right. It is an absolute grind to be an Apex Predator right now. The number one Apex Predator has 573,000 ladder points. I remember back in the day, it used to be a massive mega accomplishment that people hit 100,000. But now, it's not just 100,000 that's a huge accomplishment. You need 250,744 ladder points to reach the highest rank in Apex Legends. And as we all know, that is a moving scale. The more players in Pred are gaining LP, the higher up that number gets. So you might be wondering, where is the man who is not picking up a single weapon this season? Where could he possibly be? Maybe he's down in the 1,000s now. Maybe he's down in the 2,000s now. Nope. This man, a Gatemoth, is the number 328 Apex Predator. According to this ranked system, according to what we've been given and how we are supposed to be judging skill at this point, he is a top 400 player in the entire world. And he's so good that he did it without picking up a single weapon. Obviously, I think it doesn't take a genius to realize here that this rank system is straight from the doofus dimension. I don't know what kind of stupid juice we were drinking when we made this type of system, but it's horrific. It is abysmal. It is very, very sad to see that a game that so many people love and find very competitive amongst battle royales is, especially, they pioneered the rank system, right? I mean, Call of Duty, Warzone, Fortnite, they didn't have that type of rank system, but Apex did. And that's what set it apart along with its movement and gunplay and everything else. And now they have not only made it worse than it was before, but they have made it so you literally don't even have to play the game to get points. You can make the argument that because you require so many games, like 250,000 LP, that's insane, right? That's so much LP, you can't stop playing the game. But I can make a different argument for you. I can make the argument that you never have to play the game. That all you have to do is load into a game and then find a spot in the middle of the ring and then tab out. I think this is actually the first season where you could have a 9 to 5 job if you work from home and just do your job and make sure you're dropping in and landing in the middle of the map every single time in a game of Apex Legends, and you could hit bread. You don't have to play at all. You just have to have the game open and land in the middle of the map. And that is unbelievable. For one of the most competitive games in Battle Royale history, as far as a rank system goes, we have strayed so far that we are now reaching 29% of Masters. In case you guys haven't seen it, yes, it is true. The ranked distribution in the new season, season 17, looks like this. It is very unfortunate, but 28.976% of all players are Master. This is clearly not what a ranked system is supposed to be looking like. We are looking here at 29% Master. All of Diamond only adds up to less than 6%. All of Platinum only adds up to less than 11%. All of Gold adds up to about another 11%. So if you took all of the Gold, Platinum, and Diamond players in the game and added them all up, you would still have less than the number of Masters. That's clearly unacceptable, and everyone knows this. The developers know it, we know it, you know it, I know it. So what are they going to do about it? Well, they have announced there are going to be some changes, and while we don't have an exact data point, we don't have numbers yet, this is what they've talked about. Here's the too long, didn't read version of it. They're decreasing the overall LP gains per match to combat the overall shift in rank distribution, which, as we have seen, the shift is major and it is only in one direction. Adding a rule set that only applies to Diamond Plus to properly dial in the top of the ladder. This is for matchmaking stuff. They'll have increased stakes and losses, decreased rating bonuses, and loss mitigations. Adding a minimum elimination bonus increase based off the player's MMR and buffing elimination bonuses in general. And then adjusting ring timings to create more mid-game encounters and less pre-finale lulls. And then updating matchmaking to better handle players that are actively challenging their MMR. All that to be said, the system might change a little bit. We'll see. But they're really trying to update matchmaking to make the system better. But the system is so broken, I don't know if it's possible that matchmaking will actually make the system better. But luckily for us, they did an Ask Me Anything on Reddit. If you guys haven't seen, the Apex Legends developers did in fact do a ranked developer or a ranked AMA. So the devs got on. They talked about everything. If you guys want to see it, just go to Apex Legends or r/Apex Legends. It'll be one of the first things on the top of the screen. You can scroll down and see everything. There's this nice bot down here that has a list of all the different comments made by actual Respawn fellas. And I've got two that I think are pretty interesting here. So first, this was a question from our EA Japan community. Do you plan to revert the previous ranked system to season 7 through 11 and why? I don't know why they specified season 7 through 11. Because season 12, I think, was like, I don't really know. Maybe they meant season 16. Who really knows? But the system was kind of the same before them. But they said, no, we are going to continue forward with this ranked system at this time. We felt prior systems were too focused on racking up kills and not focused on winning the match. We want to put focus on playing to win, and we feel the path we're pursuing now is headed in that direction. The current system is not perfect, but we will keep iterating on it to achieve our goal of putting focus on winning the match. Evan. So, the LP system is here to stay. They are not going to get rid of it. So all we can hope is that they can actually improve on it. But there's another comment over here. This person, King Juggernaut, said, I feel that the integrity of ranked has been tarnished substantially. With everyone hitting Masters, there is no longer a hill to climb. People that sat in a corner and people whose skill is far more in line with Platinum will forevermore say they're a Masters player. What is the target percent of people able to reach that level? How are you going to make it so there's real separation? And Respawn C4 responded and said, our target goal is to have Masters Plus players represent 1% or less of the player population. We're not there yet. The new stricter scoring rules for Diamond Plus are one step toward locking in that separation. So here's the problem. I think we can be blunt about this. Season 13 or 14. Don't remember which one it was. Think it was 13. That was the most competitive ranked system that they have ever had. They already had it, and then within one split, they adjusted the kill point ratings, the kill point limits, and that changed it a little bit. And then they made it no kill point limit, and we got to a pretty substantial leap in RP. Everyone was gaining tons of points. Then they switched to this ladder point system, trying to call it LP now to give it better marketing. And it's by far the worst thing we've ever seen in a ranked video game. ever. There's no doubt. This is quite literally the single worst possible thing that has ever existed in a ranked video game. And our question now is, how can they fix it? At the moment, I'm not too convinced that they're going to be able to, because they want to keep this system. They're not willing to go back and go to something else, something that worked already. They're instead going to try and fix matchmaking and then add rules for just Diamond Plus, where you're going to lose more. I assume that's going to be things like higher buy-in, things like that. But I don't really understand it. And honestly, to bring it all back to Mr. Gatemoth, I'm rooting for him. I want him to continue to hit bread. I want him to get as high as possible. I hope he reaches top 100, just so we can clearly see, even more than we already see now, that this rank system might be the worst thing ever created by a video game studio. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you're a first-time Master player, don't be ashamed about it. Unless you hid and didn't do anything, you did your job. The system is what it is, and honestly, I'm happy for you. But I think we all know this needs a change, and I just wanted to address it. Anyway, that's about it. See you later.